and we're going to be talking about content marketing. Morning, Scott.
Good morning.
How are you?
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Great to have you.
I'm doing great.
So Scott, content marketing is this hot new term in marketing. What is content marketing and how can it add value to small and medium business owners?
Well, content marketing is not necessarily new.
Okay.
You know, I like to say there's really nothing new under the sun. It's just a new term kind of, I mean, companies have been doing content marketing for years,
okay.
Educational type marketing. But now with the big buzz of content marketing and the way that people think about it today is it's marketing that is adding value and building trust while you're providing something or solving a problem or a challenge for either potential customers or current customers to keep them as loyal, buying, profitable customers over the long term.
So to keep them in the sales process.
So keep them in the sales process or keep them coming back to buy more.
Right. Now, would you have an example of how people are doing that?
Well, there's lots of different avenues for content marketing. So you see a lot of white papers and PowerPoints and even news releases and articles, ebooks.
Okay, yeah. So I've downloaded some ebooks where it's, hey, get this free ebook on such and such social media or Google Plus or something, and I do that and I give them my email address. So that's content marketing. Right? That's
content marketing. You're providing something of value. Somebody's looking to solve some problem or get someplace. Your how to do X, Y, Z helps them do that. You engage them. You take a first step in relationship. You get their email. Then you can continue to market to them.
Okay.
What we're doing right here is a form of content marketing. Okay. So people that are tuning in this could be valuable. They could go share it on Facebook and tweet it out and say, hey, come look at, watch this. You might pick up some good tips for content marketing for yourself. So.
Okay, great. Now, I know there's a fine line between content marketing and social media. Do you consider social media to be part of content marketing?
Only in the terms that social media is actually a delivery channel of content marketing. Right. Social media in of itself is not content marketing. Okay. So social media is how to get your content out there and be shared and talked about and engaged with. It's just one of the avenues that somebody could use in order to get the content out there. One of the quickest ways to get your content and what you're trying to communicate and talk to with out there.
So you create the content and then the social media really, you use that aspect of it to get your reach, to promote it and to get the word out, to draw people in to do the content and then get what you need out of it.
Correct, to engage with that content.
Okay, great.
But social media can't exist without content.
That's right.
Content marketing can exist without social media. Okay. So you can do content marketing without social media because you can use old school marketing tactics to promote your content media. Okay. So if you're providing education, say you are a real estate agent and you want to provide an ebook, 7 tips on how to prepare your home to get maximum value when sold. You could actually run an ad in the paper
to go get that ebook.
To go get that ebook, or do a regular commercial or a radio spot. And you hear that all the time on the radio sometimes. Right. So you don't have to content marketing doesn't have to be done through social media. It's a very powerful way to do it, but it's not a necessary evil either. So
great. So so I can definitely see that link between the two of them. So once again, we are live here at Be Better Business TV, and we do get people that call in with questions or chat in with questions, and I think we have one now.
What's the difference between content marketing and having a website or brochure with my company and product information?
Okay, so I developed this website and I put all this great information on it, and it's there. People can go find it. What do I need the content at? What is the content marketing? How is that different?
Content marketing is, you've also heard this term maybe inbound marketing that has been termed out there. So content marketing can be considered an inbound marketing technique. That actually people are finding your content. So again, if you go back to the writing an ebook and you type in, how to sell my house for maximum value, that ebook could get found in a search engine optimization. In order to get the ebook, though, it's on your website. So they go to your website, and it helps deliver the content. Most websites, though, are not really content marketing in themselves, because content marketing, from my view, is helping somebody get something where they're trying to go. It's solving a pain or a problem. Most websites are about the company. Unfortunately, they're written, you know, this is about me, I'm this, I'm that, I'm Yahoo, I'm the best at this and all this. That's not really content marketing. That's just kind of usually boring information on websites that people don't engage with and don't want to share, but content marketing is something that becomes an active relationship, an active conversation.
So it can be a little bit more dynamic, right?
Correct.
So you can use that. I mean, you're still integrating it with your website. So like you said, you come to your website, that becomes the distribution point.
Correct.
And that becomes the point where they can get more information about you, the company, and the value. But they may not be searching on that specifically. It may be more towards that that type of a thing. So for a business consultant, you might put a specific article out on how to read financial statements, right? Which is a common question people ask. That might not be something I just include on my website, but then once they come to the website and they do that, then they see the other services and products, and they're able to find that.
Right. Once you've positioned yourself as the expert, because you've published something, so you have automatically increased your trust factor, which gains them the trust. Now, those folks coming to your website actually will be interested in finding out about you. And learning more about the stuff of why you are and who you are and what you've done. If you flip that around, people just come to your website, they really don't care about that in the beginning. What they want to know is, what can you do for me? And
how can I help first?
Content marketing helps you establish that fact up front
without
selling.
By the time they're looking at your company, you've already built some of that trust and credibility and shown yourself as an expert before they even get to looking at your company.
Correct.
So I want to paint a little picture here, and then I want to ask you a question. So when you look at things like plumbing or home improvement type stuff, there's a lot of how-to videos out there. So people are developing these how-to videos, but they're clear, you know, and they are useful. You can use them and you can do that. But then there's a lot of advertising. There's a lot of call us type of advertising related to that, right? And you probably face that as a marketer, where you can do some how to do some basic marketing and then use that as content. How much information do you want to give out, so that people can say, well, I can just do this myself, and then they're not going to call? So, you know, if I can do the plumbing myself, I'm not going to call a plumber. How do you judge that, and how do you put out the content but still have the people call?
Of course, it's going to be different for different verticals. But I would tend to err on the side of overwhelming them with so much information. They say, there's no way I can do this. I have to call them. There's so much I don't know. I didn't think about this. And I don't know if you've ever gone on. I've actually gone online and looked how to fix stuff with my lawnmower. And I go through it and try to do it myself. And in the end, I don't. Because it's too much. I can't figure it. Even though the information's all there, I'm not a mechanical kind of person. I don't have the right tool. And so you can write and give away a lot of free information, and people are going to realize, wow, I really do need their help. Because if he's giving me this much, what else do they know that they're not saying here? Because they're going to think they can't possibly be telling me everything. Something little secret they're holding back. So I would err on giving too much, because if you don't give enough, then it
leaves people hanging.
And it's that 30,000-foot view of information that most people think is just worthless. Like when you go to these seminars and all they do is talk about very generic topics and never get into anything that you can actually do, and then they try to sell you something at the end that you can go do. Where in most people in content marketing are going to give you a lot of information. And that has proven time over time to be more profitable than giving less information.
That's good, because they're going to realize that you're the expert. You know there's a lot more than I thought. and then to be able to bring that back in, and they'll probably call you up when they start having problems, right?
And then the other idea is it also helps people that you want good customers that are profitable over the long term, right?
Right.
So sometimes the do-it-yourselfers and the people that are trying to do it themselves or do it on the cheap, or
they're not
you
the
don't
ones.
necessarily want them as a customer. You want the customer that values, hey, I'm good at what I do. They're good at what they do. I'm going to pay people that are better at I in doing what that I need done.
Good.
And it creates a better long-term profitability.
Outstanding. Well, I'd like to thank Scott, CEO of Rev Builders, for being our guest this morning. And Scott, we've talked a lot about content marketing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Rev Builders marketing?
Well, real quick, because I mean, we're kind of here right at the end, but
right at the end.
I mean, Rev Builders, we find out what your pain is, what you're trying to solve in terms of a company and where you're trying to get, and then help you get there through various marketing activities. So search engine optimization, online marketing, email marketing, content marketing, whatever's new next week marketing. We will help you generate leads and sales and increase the revenue at your company.
Yeah.
That's what we do, bottom line. It's pretty straightforward.
And I think you help people figure out if that new shiny object in marketing is really for them or not, too.
All this stuff isn't for everybody. Just because it's new and everyone's talking about it doesn't mean you should necessarily be doing it.
That's right.
So it depends on a lot of different things that are going on in your company.
Great. Well, that sounds like a great business. And thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And thank you for joining us here on Be Better at Business TV. Remember that better business leads to better decisions, and that leads to better results.